Hey everyone, it's Keisha Charmaine and I'm back. I'm here to talk to you all about this article that I read on Yahoo. It's called The Problem with Natural Hair on TV. If you didn't get a chance to read this article, I'll have it linked below. Check the description box, okay? Now, in short, the article is about how natural hair has simply been pretty non-existent when it comes to, I guess, sitcoms and dramas, just television in general, I guess. At least in the past maybe 20 years. Obviously there was that time when natural hair was so in. For instance, look at Good Times. Everyone was wearing their hair naturally pretty much in that show, okay? But that was in the 70s. So let's move more towards the 90s, because I guess in the 80s, you know, there was the Cosby Show. There were natural styles in the Cosby Show as well. But let's look at the 90s and on. The only times that you see women with their natural hair on popular black shows, Sister Sister and Girlfriends, and they were both Tia and Tamara as well as Tracy Ellis Ross. They both have biracial mixed curly girl hair. So if it wasn't that kind of hair texture, then you weren't really seeing it being worn naturally on TV, at least I guess in the 90s and on, you know, mid 90s on into present time. And right now, according to the article, I believe right now we're starting to see a little bit more natural hair on TV, which is good in a way, but the way that the natural hair is shown is kind of problematic. For instance, I personally don't watch the show, although I hear so many good things. I do want to check it out. I probably will eventually. How to Get Away with Murder. There was supposedly a scene where I guess Viola Davis, she's really stressed out and she goes home from work and she just takes off all her makeup and takes off her wig, and you see her natural hair, you see her in her natural state. That is kind of problematic, because why are we only seeing her with her natural hair when she's like distressed? Like, the natural hair is supposed to symbolize burden and heartache and stress. I'm sure the director and things did not, you know, intentionally try to make, you know, natural black woman distressful, especially because I believe that the makers of that show is a black woman. Shonda Rhimes, right? Another example in the article was the show which I love, Orange is the New Black. Is a drama comedy on Netflix where the women on the show are in prison, in jail, and about maybe like 99%, 95% of the black women on that show wear their hair natural. Which is, you know, understandable, because, you know, they're in jail. They're not gonna, you know, get, you know, their washing sets, you know, their touch-ups and things. So they all, with the exception of one, I believe, one, I'll just say two to be safe, but I can only think of one right now. They all wear their hair natural. The reason why that's problematic is because they're in jail. They're all criminals, or at least they're all perceived to be criminals. So I see how that is another problem. Why is natural hair on TV shown as a characteristic of someone who is a criminal? Most of the black girls on that show, although they are very hilarious and I do love them, their personalities are pretty abrasive and they are pretty mean and stereotypical, a little ghetto, you know what I mean? Yeah, so again, I don't know if this was intentional, but this is the sort of thing that, you know, affects your subconscious mind. You're seeing natural hair on TV and it's associated with distress and rudeness and all these negative things. What, come on, like how are other people going to perceive us? How are we going to perceive ourselves? You know what I mean? I was watching The Real. I was watching a clip on YouTube. I forgot which clip it was exactly. If I find the clip, I will link it below. But the women were talking about how they feel about natural hair and things of that nature. and I left a comment under that video saying how much I wish that at least one of the castmates or just more people on TV in general would wear their own hair instead of wearing weaves and wigs. I understand that weaves and wigs are easy maintenance. However, sometimes it's not all about the maintenance. Sometimes it's about what you're portraying on television. All these women and little girls especially are watching TV and they're seeing women with fake and straight hair. They're not really seeing girls and women who look like themselves, and I think that's problematic as well, which is why it's amazing that we have YouTube as this outlet for girls and women to see other girls and women who look like them, because on TV we're not seeing women who are wearing their hair natural. Sometimes people want to say hair is just hair, but it's really more than that. It really is. Women were leaving me comments in response saying, oh, we can, you know, we have the right to wear our hair however we want to, this, that, and the third. I totally get that. Of course you can wear your hair the way you want to. The thing about being a celebrity, even though this is not necessarily what they signed up for when they decided to be a star, you naturally become a role model. There are going to be little girls who fall in love with you and who will want to emulate you. So what does this tell a young girl? She's watching TV and she sees women who look like her. She sees black women, but none of them have hair like her. She feels like there's something wrong with her hair, and then she feels like she needs to straighten it, or she feels like that she needs to buy fake hair. The messages that come across unintentionally, you know, they lead back to white supremacy and black being ugly. I know that's, like I said, that's not what's intended from these women wearing these straight hairstyles, but that's what happens. That's the psychology of it. We need more black women on TV wearing our hair naturally. I can go on and on and on, but I feel like this video is getting too long, so I'm gonna stop it here. I really hope that you all leave me some comments. Hopefully it'll leave room for some, you know, civil discourse. Let me show you my shirt. I have some information on where you can get it below in the description. It says natural greatness. It's very appropriate for this video. Thanks for watching. Love, light, and locks.